Hello fellow Total Warriors, I am Zadar and today it's Bretonia time. So after a long time, finally Bretonia got some decent buffs and here we come. Let's try and find out if they're any good. So over here I get one Grail Knight and one Knight's Errant, also in this side as well, one on each, one Grail Guardian Knight and a Knight's Errant. 3 units of peasant bowmen. Just I don't even brought these guys to do any damage. I just want the enemy to take the bait and just come after this, because I knew the Empire player would bring some Outriders and stuff like that, so the only way to catch those guys is actually to just let them think that these archers are of any value, and that's how I usually play. That's I always love dead cheap archers. Like if these guys costed like 200, I would bring them even then, even if they were shit, because I don't know why, but every player I playing with, every time he thinks this is a high valuable unit, which I honestly don't bring it for it, and I'm just yeah, spraying my traps and stuff like that. So over here in the front line I get 1 foot squire on each flank and 2 battle pilgrims along with Grail Relique. And up on the air I get Alberic the Bordello on a Pegasus, because I find it quite a little bit more formidable. When on top of a Pegasus instead of a Hippogriff or whatever it's called, I think they perform quite better in prolonged fights, because they have higher melee attack and defense. And yeah, the only thing the Hippogriff brings is yeah, he brings some armor piercing stuff like that, but his melee attack and stuff like that are not that high, and he gets beaten up quite fast if he is dragged into a fight. I also brought 2 paladins over here on top of the Pegasus as well, just for fun. I just as you see, it's not any great army, just some basic infantry, some basic archers, and yeah, just the Grail Knights in terms of awesomeness. So over here my enemy, okay, as you saw, he get 2 Outrider units back here. Are they with rocket lancers? No, just the normal ones. Over here he get 1 Reichsguard unit, some spearmen with shields, great swords, more spearmen with shields, great swords, and yeah. And what's this? Just a mere spearman along with the silver bullets back here. I wouldn't have brought these. I mean, they can't actually use that magical damage against anything that has no value, but okay, they're gonna perform well if they're left unchecked. So the Reichsguard over there, yeah, and yeah, some Royal Griffites here, which are gonna be a pain in the ass for my Grail Knights to take them down, but they obviously will. And some more Demigryph Knights with halberds back here, along with Boris onto a barbed steed, not Pegasus or anything like that, some fancy things. Anyway, so as the match starts, I immediately send my flying squad after these Outriders, but I say to myself, okay, I'm never gonna catch this, and I need those boys to be around in the battlefield, and yeah, I need to send them over. Over here I change my tactic. I take this Knights Errant on the other side to attack this Reichsguard. I should have probably just attacked the greatswords to go after these ones, but I'm actually just gonna send these guys to take care of this Reichsguard, because if it is left unchecked, it can actually just come in my backline and just perform some back charges, and these guys won't be able to last long. So over here, as you can see, I go into the lance formation. I immediately send my guys after this, and here comes the class. Let me see just that initial damage. Yeah, my guys took a lot of damage, but this is where the second battalion arrives, and I'm also bringing my paladins and my lord over here. As you can see, the Royal Griffites took a ton set of damage from that second Grail Knight, and some morale debuff from this peasant bowman is actually quite good, just forcing my opponent here. Just I don't know, he got scared because of that puny arrow fire, and he just retreated. Just it wasn't good for him, because he actually just bought me some time to go after this ones. So over here in the middle, the center lines are clashing. I actually did a mistake there, just send my Grail Relic alone just in the middle, but it was just spearmen, they won't be able to hold it off. And over here the Knights Errant are fighting the Reichsguard, which is they're 2 units against 1, and it's going quite well, but some spearmen are coming here. Is it spearmen or halberds? Oh, spearmen, yeah. They're coming here, and I'm I think I'm gonna try and take them out, because yeah, the spearmen are gonna drag me down. These knights errant are not anything in particular any good. So over here the front line is going quite well, although he gets miasma on me here, because he got a Grey Wizard. I probably forgot to say about that. He's got a Fimbling Foe and just miasma. And yeah, that unit there is gonna break, but the other ones are going quite well. As you can see here, along with the help of my Alberic and the Grail Knights, destroyed all of the Alt of Griffites and stuff like that. And back here, this is where I told you about my trap. This guy actually came after my archers, and it was quite good for me, because I finally managed to cut these guys with my paladins and just shoot them with my other archers as well. Over here I got my knights errant, just skipped the fight with the spearmen over there, and just went after the silver bullets. And as soon as my enemy saw what happened there, the balance of power was massively in my favor. And yeah, he just gave up, and also Boris over here was quite dead. So, Bretonnia, well, I tried this build to see how much they fare now in cavalry, and by the looks of it, I mean, it was my 2 Grail Knights with 2 Demigryph Knights and actually the Royal Altdorf ones, and they actually managed to get that fight, and it was also in there Boris and Alberic. So yeah, that went pretty well. These knights just mopped up the house. I don't know, because if it was the second charge I managed to get a more clear ones, and whatever. So nothing special of mine, just a mere simple front line, some bowmen to bait some traps and stuff like that. And yeah, so my enemy, what could he have done any differently? I don't know, just play with his cavalry just a little better. This seemed like a good all-around army, although I don't know if I would bring Boris up in the air, but if he did, I would just destroy him with my flying goon squad. So it is a good thing he brought him on foot. I probably would have brought just a little more firepower and not the silver bullets. They don't do anything to Bretonnia, I think. Just that extra magical damage, yeah, it's not any good. And yeah, the Reichsguard and the Griffites should have been played a little bit better, and perhaps he could win. So I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Feel free to leave a like or a comment, and more battles are to follow. I just postponed just for a few days because I was actually off the city, and yeah, I didn't manage to do any battles, so here I come again. See you next time.